Welcome everybody. I thought it would be fun to do something a little bit different today. I thought that I would take you guys down basically virtual shopping and go on to a website and go through the breastfeeding accessories and different things that they have listed for breastfeeding to kind of show you what you might need and what you don't really need. As far as like baby stuff in itself, you know, that's different, but things for actual breastfeeding, I'd like to kind of just go through the site and kind of talk about those. So what I decided to choose, Walmart's website just because I feel like there's more likely that a person has a Walmart in their area rather than necessarily a Target or any other. So I figured let's go ahead and use the Walmart website, and it still gives you an idea, and most of these things are not like Walmart brands, so you should be able to find the same brand in another store, no matter what store you might have. But this just, either way, it gives you an idea of what you might need while you're breastfeeding. So I thought, why don't I just go ahead and do that with you. So I'm going to flip the camera and show you through the camera the actual screen of the computer, and we'll kind of go through those things together. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm on the Walmart website, and hopefully this comes out clear enough. I will try to maybe like zoom in when I need to, but I'm going to kind of just go through the top section and then kind of just skim through. So the first is breast milk storage bags. Now this is the Lansano brand, but really any type of breast milk storage bags would be great. Even if you don't plan on pumping much, you probably want to pump a little bit. So it's always good to have some breast milk storage bags. Say you feel this is too expensive, it's not really what you want, or you want to go somewhere a little bit cheaper. You can find some Ziploc bags, freezer type, that have the dates on there. You want something where you can write the date, just so that you know when you stored that, because of course we know breast milk can be stored from 6 months to a year in your freezer, and so you just want to have dates so that you can use those appropriately. The next thing it shows is nursing pads, and these are the disposable kind. Definitely as a breastfeeding mom, you are going to need nursing pads. Again, it can be any brand. It doesn't have to be this Lansano, but this is a 36 count for $4.93. So that's actually not too bad at all. The next thing there is lactation cookie bites. Now this, I've made a video and talked about this before. You really do not need to buy cookies made to help with lactation, because really the only thing that's in those cookies that helps with lactation, supposedly, is oatmeal. There's no special thing that you're going to get in a lactation cookie that is going to increase your milk supply. It's just that some feel that oatmeal increases supply, and so they'll eat the cookies, but that's really not something that you need. If you're not someone who bakes and you want to get that, it's okay for sure, but it's not necessarily going to increase your milk supply. The next is another disposable nursing pads. This one is a 100 count. And now we're going to the next line, and in the first two there you see, well, I guess secondly you see this breast pump. This is a Lansano manual breast pump. This is something that you use by hand. It's not automatic. Sometimes these are better than any other pump, honestly. You want to make sure the flange size is correct, which means your nipple goes into the center. So when you're pulling up, your nipple needs to center here. It cannot be rubbing on the flange. So this is a good thing to have on hand. Again, any brand. It does not have to be any specific brand. I personally like the Medela brand. I've never tried the Lansano, so I really don't know. But again, one nice thing that you can do is this has 84 reviews. So, and it's a 4.5 star. So you could always check the reviews and see what people say about it. This here is a Medela breast milk storage solution. So it looks like it's just a glorified storage solution. It just looks like it has bottles, bags, and then some type of tray that you can stick your the milk bottles in. Definitely not a necessity. Then we come into the nursing pillows, and then the hospital strength, even flow feeding, hospital strength, double pump. That is not going to be hospital strength, I can guarantee that right now. Hospital strength are much bigger and powerful machines, and you are not going to find that typically at a department store. The nursing pillow is very nice to have. The nice thing about them is you can buy them used and then just buy nursing pillow covers, and that way you know, so if you're like someone who doesn't really have the money to spend, you could go to a secondhand store, baby store like Once Upon a Child, and see if they have any, and then just buy covers if you wanted. Do you have to have a nursing pillow? No, you don't. They're very nice to have, but you can use just a regular pillow that you have on your bed, anything that can support your baby while you're breastfeeding. Nursing covers are really nice. They're not too expensive, and they're really nice to have if you know you're going to be nursing around people and you might feel uncomfortable. Definitely it is something that you could look into, and like I said, they're not too expensive. Do you have to have one? No. You can always use a blanket, a receiving blanket, whatever. You don't have to have a nursing cover, but they are nice to have. The next thing here is the breastfeeding lanolin. You want to have some lanolin on hand. You want pure lanolin. Usually any brand is fine. You just want to make sure that it's pure lanolin. It's okay for the baby to breastfeed with, you know, with that lanolin still there. So you just want to make sure that it's lanolin that you're purchasing as a cream. This here is basically the Medela pump and style. This is a great pump for if you're returning to work, or you want to exclusively pump, you don't want to breastfeed. If you're going to be doing a lot of pumping, that's a very nice pump to have. Everything is built into this bag, and it comes with like this little lunch box type of bag that you can stick any pump that, or any milk that you've pumped, and it can last in that, you know, bag up to 8 hours or so, or 12 hours, however long you're at work or wherever you're going to be. Then it shows a boppy pillow. Again, nice to have, but not necessary. You can use any pillow. And then they have the Lancino TheraPearl 3-in-1 breast therapy, hot or cold. I guess we could click on it just to see. So let's see. You can use it with the breast pump. Cold therapy relieves engorgement. I guess I should show you a little bit here. Relieves engorgement. Hot therapy relieves mastitis or plug ducts. Breast pump aid, it's used hot to reduce time and spent pumping. And they're reusable treatment pack. Just for extra comfort in between feeding if you're sore. And so having something like this would be very nice. Now this has special, like it said, you can use it for different things. Do you need this specific one? No. Nice to have, I'm sure it would be nice. The price isn't horrible, but again, you don't have to buy something like this. But the gel pads, hopefully we'll come across those. Definitely I would recommend those. Now we're going to see the Medela Harmony breast pump. This is one of my favorites. This one works very good for pumping that maybe is just occasional, like once a day. So definitely something that it would be good for you to have. The next one are these nipple protectors. So if your baby is struggling with latch, or they've gotten confused with a breast, like a bottle, and you're trying to get them back to the breast, or you're trying to get them on the breast, this is something that's nice to use when needed. Medela's website, they show how to size your breast, you know, in the nipple area, to know what size like phalange that you need, but also what size nipple protectors that you would need. So do you have to have those on hand? No, I don't think so. In fact, we don't really recommend using them unless it's an absolute necessity. Here is more of what I was thinking. These are actual gel nursing pads. This sits inside your bra up against your nipple, and it's very cooling. And it says that there are 2 reusable, so you can reuse them a few times. These definitely, I would say, that you should have on hand. Extra bottles for storage and collection, I think that would get expensive. I think bags are the better way to go. It doesn't hurt to have some bottles if you would like to have extra. The next one is the Quick Clean Micro Steam. This is kind of cool to have. It's a bag. If you're going to do a lot of pumping and using bottle nipples and tubing and whatever, you just kind of stick all of it inside this bag and stick it in the microwave, and it steam cleans it and disinfects it. This is kind of cool. If you know you're going to be doing a lot of pumping, then this is really nice to have. Do you have to have it? No, but it is nice to kind of like have hands-free pumping. So I kind of just wanted to go through those few things. I'm going to scan through the website as we're talking now, because some of the basic things that I talked about that we saw are really like the basic things that you need. But just to kind of make sure we're not missing anything, I'm going to scan through and kind of mention to you. But I'm going to be looking at the computer as well as talking to you. So if I'm looking off to the side, you know why. They also have the washable breast pads, which I talked about, and those are nice to have, I guess. I just felt like the disposable were just easier. You know, they get wet, you throw them away. So Medela has their brand of gel pads. They're called Medela Tender Care Hydro Gel Pads. Those are nice. So any gel pad, any brand should work and should be nice and I do recommend having those on hand, just like I would lanolin, just because it's nice if you do have some soreness to have that to, you know, go to. I really like this. This is fairly new. Again, it's a breast shell and milk catcher. These are nice for a couple of reasons. Number one, it catches milk. So if you do leak a little bit, a lot of moms are like, every little bit counts and I don't want to lose anything. That's really nice because it can catch milk that leaks. But the other thing is, say you have some nipple soreness, maybe they're a little bit cracked and bleeding or whatever. Having these breast shells are nice because what it does here, these nipple shells, they are very nice because they fit. I don't know if you can kind of see here that it allows your nipples to not have anything touching them. So like it's not like nipple shields where you don't need them unless you have to have them. I think it's a good thing to have on hand just in case you do have some soreness and you don't want your bra rubbing against your breast. So it's more for a comfort thing. Let's see, is there anything else that I'm missing? Okay, let's say that you have inverted nipples or they're flat and you need help getting those out. You need assistance. Lancino has something called a latch assist nipple everter. So here's a picture of the Lancino latch assist nipple everter. So that's very nice to have if you have inverted nipples, especially because you can use that. It kind of pulls the nipple out and then you get the baby latched. A manual pump can do the same thing where you it kind of helps pull that out, pull your nipple out before you put the baby on. And then the nipple, there is like a special nipple shield that goes on there that can help in between breastfeeding. You can put it in your bra and it kind of helps to suction the nipple out. So that is something to think about. Thank you guys for watching. I hope that this video helps a little bit. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button there on the screen and the notification bell as well. That will notify you when I put videos up. You guys have a great day, and I will see you guys in my next video.